for the serious gamer.
What's going on, guys? It's Colin, and I thought I'd bring you a quick game of Squad Deathmatch on Nelson Bay. This is one of the newer maps in the Squad Deathmatch rotation, so I thought I'd share with you some of my strategies and tactics that I like to use in order to try and be successful. And this map can be pretty frustrating. There's a lot of cover, it's a dark map, a lot of vegetation and buildings to hide in. So what you'll tend to find is that squads like to camp out and just try and hold down an area of the map. And if you try and do the same thing, then essentially it comes down to which squad winds up holding the part of the map that has the most traffic that game, and that's going to determine the winner, because really you're in a race to 50 kills. So what we like to do is not take that strategy. And right there you see I make a mistake. I did spot the sniper, so he gets taken down, but I was outgunned. But what we like to try and do is basically sweep the map as a squad and try and clear out squads that are camping and basically sitting still, trying to hold down areas. And in doing that, you know, occasionally we're going to take some deaths because we are running around the map, running into to groups that are playing defensively, or you know, even could go so far as to say camping. But really, in squad deathmatch, you know, KD is not that important. And I should probably explain that a little bit. Now, if you're going way, way, way negative, then chances are you're not helping your team. But when you die in squad deathmatch, that is counting as a kill for another team, but it's not counting as a kill for one other team, because unlike Call of Duty, you're playing against 3 other squads. So you could potentially almost go negative by a ratio of 3 to 1 and still help your team, because your deaths could possibly be spread among the other squads. So what we do is we try and play somewhat aggressively, although you know, still being smart about it, and just sweep around the map. We clear the buildings, we call out to each other positions of the enemies, and sometimes we'll find them bunched up and wind up picking off 5, 6, 7 kills all at one time. And right here, we're trying to clear out what we think is an entire squad hanging out around this one area, and we think now we have the area cleared, and unfortunately we weren't correct. They actually managed to retain a mobile spawn point there and take me down. So you know, we're just gonna kind of back off and try and clear them out again. The good thing for us is that you know, we're getting more kills than they are, and when you're racing to 50 kills, that's really kind of an important strategy. So, you know, if you want to try and win a game like this, where there's going to be a lot of static defensive gameplay by the other squads, you can't be afraid to die. Unfortunately, you know, it's just going to happen. But you have to push, and you have to try and get those kills, because otherwise, you know, these squad deathmatch games can go on for an awful long time. And you know, when they last more than 10-15 minutes, I tend to personally lose my attention span and start playing stupid. And I think that the other members of my squad are the same. So, you know, what you want to do is, if you're working with a regular squad, sectionalize the map so that you have some basic callouts. It doesn't have to be anything MLG Pro. And just when you spot someone, call it out, and your team can go in and clean it up for you if you can't take them out yourself. And you know, you'll find that you really start racking up the kills quickly. Right here, I heard that guy coming, so what I like to do is stay among cover, stay in the trees when I'm moving from point to point, and I will crouch walk a bit. Right here you see I'm actually swapping out kits with a medic to throw down a health pack for myself, and then I switch back to my assault kit and toss down some ammo. But anyway, you know, the guiding principle that we like to use is to stay on the move smart, and, you know, just try and get more kills than the other team as fast as we can. Staying, you know, staying positioned on a rooftop or something for 3 or 4 of us all together. That's only going to net us 1 or 2 kills to against the risk of all of us getting picked off. So it's just not worth it. We like to try and sweep, clear buildings, and we find that we're usually able to win these games by a pretty decent margin when we do that. And the reason that I'm actually posting a squad deathmatch is because, you know, we normally play Rush as a squad, and we just found that we were running into so many C4 tactics where the other teams were just not even attempting to go in and arm. They would run vehicles loaded with C4 at the MCOMs, and that gets old after a while. We can successfully defend it probably 90% of the time or so, but at the end of the day, I feel that it kind of takes away from the spirit of the game, and it makes it way less fun. So after a few frustrating rounds that took us about 45 minutes to eventually fend off the attackers, we decided, let's just go kind of hop in squad deathmatch and get a few quick rounds in, and that's exactly what we did. So another thing that I'd like to do is just kind of open this up for comments and get you guys to give me your thoughts on the C4 tactics. I personally think I've played one game in the past 2 weeks where the attacking team that we faced was actually using legit tactics, trying to get in there and arm the MCOM stations. And, I feel it's kind of an epidemic, personally, because that's just not the way that we like to play the game. I feel that it's sort of exploiting a weakness in the balance of the game. If engineers were able to repair MCOM stations in Rush, then I think that everything would be perfectly balanced. And now that they've actually patched the tracer gun so that it only flies at 200 meters per second as opposed to 300, which it was at post-patch last time, it makes it much more difficult to take out air support. So, to balance that, I feel maybe the vehicle spawns are a little bit too quick. So, anyway, I just want to try and get some feedback from you guys around, what you think the weaknesses of this game are. And, me and some of my friends would really like to, start a petition, talk to DICE, EA if possible, and just try and give some community feedback. So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the game. I realize that squad deathmatch isn't the most exciting, so I've kind of cut out some of the boring parts. But leave comments. Let me know what you think. What do you think about Rush and the way that that's going these days? And what's your favorite game type, and what would you like to see? I've tried out Conquest and found the matchmaking system tends to drop you in games where you're already spawn locked. So that's been a bit of a challenge. But anyway, I'm willing to try out whatever, Squad Rush, even maybe try some hardcore. So let me know, guys. I'll bring you what you want. Cheers. We'll talk soon.